you. Thanks for hosting this, and also the ranking member for putting this together. Clearly feel it's probably important to you, knowing that, is it Hamnu Brigi? Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good. Is here and as a witness today, and I want to thank both of our witnesses for being here and taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm very familiar with how difficult it can be back in the States when you're in charge and involved with one of your local airports. So appreciate what you do and what both of you do. I want to start with you, Ms. Hamner Brigi. I have a good relationship with the airports in my state. We have 3 commercial airline facilities, McCarran, Reno Tahoe, and the Elko Airport. It isn't just about, and as you can imagine, the state of Nevada bringing 55 million people in every year through these facilities. How important it is not only to get them to the airports, but obviously to get them to areas near the airport. You know, for example, the Strip, downtown, UNLV. You go through the list of it. Very, very important. And planning has become very important. And I know that the chairman serves with me on the co-chair, is co-chair with me on the Tourism Caucus. And I know this is important to St. Louis as well, or obviously you wouldn't be here. But how could we better focus as a Congress on federal planning, on tourism infrastructure? You just mentioned with the last person, with our airports and our convention centers.
Right. Well, I just flew out of Reno Sunday night as we had a week-long vacation in Tahoe. Thank you. It was wonderful.
Come back.
And toured the Strip in Reno as well. But, you know, I think it's one of the things that we have to focus on very, very heavily is the tourism industry and what it brings, the convention industry, what it brings. We have a large convention center in St. Louis as well. We're heavily reliant on that. So the business traffic, and even in the downturn in 2008 when we saw businesses pull back and stop flying, that was very hard for our industry. So I think making sure that we focus on all of those sectors, the business traffic, the leisure traffic, the convention traffic, and supporting industry standards and supporting industry, I guess, promotions or incentives, if you want to talk, to be able to bring those into your cities are critical. So you have to work very closely with the business community, and it goes back a little bit to the education side of making sure people understand what the travel, tourism, convention business bring to your city. The economic impact when you have a convention in your city is unbelievable. So I think it's just making sure that we educate people on that.
You can imagine a city like Las Vegas, I believe it's some $60 billion or 13% of the GDP for the state, just in convention business. If I can turn just for a minute with your experience, do you know in the competitive transportation grant program, do they take into account wear and tear from visitors that come and go out of a community like this?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you, yes.
And taking into effect on the airport, or, I mean, I'm not sure, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure I can answer that question. I mean, I think we certainly take a look on the wear and tear of the airport. As airport directors, you want that traffic in and out. You build it into your plan. You look at both your short-term and long-term planning of what does additional growth mean, how are we going to keep the facilities up, the cleaning, the restoration, all of those things. But I'm not specific.
Just curious if their competitive grant process takes that into account.
Right. You know, I'll try to get that answer for you and submit it tomorrow or in the following day.
Mr. Montgomery, Southwest Airlines, the busiest commercial carrier in McCarran Airport. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I've had a lot of history there.
Let me know what I can do to help. What can I do to help you?
Well, Senator, I think that you bring up a real important subject about mass transit. Las Vegas has one of the largest challenges on the planet in that you have so many visitors coming and leaving. You just look at the cab stands and see the way that they handle that. One great thing that y'all have done is that a lot of the economic development folks, a lot of the folks designing monorails and everything else, started at the airport and, you know, worked with me as we were developing a lot of McCarran. So they understand what that airport challenge is. And as we come up with new ways, I think one of the senators was talking about approvals and how we quickly get approvals so that we can move into construction. And I would say that that is the best way to help. If you could just kind of plow the way for us and get the process out of the way so
So if
we
there
can
was any
act, that's
regulatory
best.
relief, that would be it for you.
Yes.
It would be. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you.